So what we're going to do is we're going to try and remember up to 50 things in the right order. And a really good way of practicing that is remembering your 2-week timetable. So you've got a week A and a week B. First thing I need you to do is write down all your school subjects. And then for each subject, you're going to write down or draw a vision for each subject. That vision should include up to 2 or more than 2 senses. So sound, smell, clearly sight, maybe a taste, your senses. So you got them at the top there. So if you look at my example, I've got Professor Snape for English. It's not just Professor Snape, it's the sound of him pulling his sleeves up, the sound of his cloak. My guess is he'd smell a little bit because he sort of does chemistry and potions, maybe mothballs. Image for science for me is a broken test tube, maybe the smell again of chemistry. My image for maths is an old-fashioned wooden ruler, but I can feel it. It's actually cold, and maybe it's got the smell of the varnish on it. For history, I use Henry VIII. I don't just use Henry VIII. I have his wound on his leg, which smells a bit. And for games or PE, I've got the rugby ball from when England actually won the World Cup. Second thing you need to do is you need to find 5 rooms, and those rooms need to be in a row, okay? So that you can, in your mind's eye, clearly walk from one to another in a nice, simple, straightish line. Make sure you know the insides of those 5 rooms. It doesn't have to be brilliant, but here I've just got 5 images of 5 different classrooms. Let's say you've got a maths corridor, an English corridor with 5 rooms in a row. That's a really good starting place. So now what you're going to do is you're going to choose the first room in a row. So if you look at our map that I've just stolen there, sorry, it was A2. And you're going to choose the teacher's desk. Make sure you've got the teacher's desk scribbled down. And then 4 other things in the room. So I'm going to use that blue box there, that fan, floor fan. There's a circular table there, and there's an old-fashioned TV there. Okay, so I've got one of my rooms. I've drawn a very simple map of it. I'm making sure that I've got the teacher's desk there, and then I've got 4 other, what we're now going to call stations in that room. Now I'm going to label those stations 1 to 5. And I'm going to make sure that the teacher's desk is number 1. And I'm going to label them now from the teacher's desk in a clockwise position. So here I've got the blue bookshelf 2, the floor fan 3, the circular desk 4, and the TV 5. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get out my real life timetable, and I'm going to pop the image with its senses onto the station that I've said is 1. So my first classroom is going to be Monday week A, and the teacher's desk is going to be period 1. So I'm now going to pop, I've got PE there, I'm going to pop that rugby ball onto the teacher's desk. Actually, I'm going to have it now on the whiteboard. The teacher's going to be got an overhead projector or something for it. I've got maths, period 2. So into that bookshelf goes my maths ruler with its smells. I'm now going to visualize Professor Snape standing in front of that fan. Maybe the fan is blowing his cloak. The test tube is on the round table. So the top of the test tube is circular, round. I'm trying to sort of figure out ways of remembering it. And on the TV is Henry VIII. All right, there's plenty of films about Henry VIII. So now I've got to practice that. I've really, really got to practice that. I'm going to sort of close my eyes and visualize that first classroom. And I'm going to visualize the images that I've got for those 5 lessons. And the teacher's desk is always period 1. And then clockwise away from that are the other 4 lessons. So here's me sort of practicing. There's the drop kick for PE or games. There's the ruler in the blue shelf. There's Professor Snape and his cloak flapping away. There's the broken test tube in the middle of that circular desk, and people probably a bit nervous of it, a bit scared. And there's a film about Henry VIII on the telly with his smelly wound on his leg. Now, what you need to do now is continue. Go to your next room in a row. Okay, so here it would be A3. Look at that room. Teacher's desk will be period 1. 4 other things in a clockwise, positioning. And then really pop the image with the sensors you've got for those subjects. Okay, bye-bye.